Hey y'all, it's me again, Saran. Saran's got you covered. Listen, let's talk a little bit about generational wealth, but let's talk about it from the perspective of planning for 3 generations, not one. Let's talk about it where we already have a systematic plan in place where our kids already know what they need to do when things happen. So I'm going to drop some science on you about how it works in other communities. First of all, when the children become of age, and by come of age, I mean 22 to 25, they got the first job that's paying decent money, that they can sustain themselves, or if they're staying at home, whatever. The brothers and sisters, let's just say it's 3 brothers and 3 siblings. They come together. They already know when they get this job that it's their responsibility to pay for together life insurance policies on their parents. Those policies that are on their parents are typically no less than $1 million. Now, while they don't have children in the family, they're the beneficiaries. However, as soon as they start families and have children, the beneficiaries become the grandchildren for those policies. So they may end up paying for those policies for some time, but think about it. The parents are much younger at that time. The kids are younger. They're splitting the costs. But they know that one day, whenever their parents transition, that their children, the grandchildren, will have a significant amount of money to start with, whatever they want to do. There's also a plan in place where they're talking about at the dinner table, that's a whole nother video, when they're meeting with them during their family talks, where they're talking about when you get a large sum of money, what to do with it, how to invest it. This happened, and this is not something I'm making up. This is not an unknown concept. There are many communities doing it. Specifically, I know that the Jewish community has done it in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. But what they do is those kids know when they come into those funds, they have to do one of 2 things. They have to buy another business that's going to generate income, or they're buying a property, a multifamily unit property that's going to generate income, where they can live in one unit and maybe the other 2 or 3 units are going to generate some passive income for them. This allows these young people to be able to go to college debt-free. This allows them to be able to work where they want to work, not where they have to work. This allows the freedom for them to continue to build on that legacy. And then guess what? Guess what they do after they've received that money? They go and do the same thing again with their siblings for their parents. And it keeps going. It's a conversation that they know they have to do. It's a part of their family structure. Like how some people say, well, I'll use this detergent. I don't want to name anybody. I use this detergent because my mama used it and my grandmama used it and my great-grandmama used it. Or whatever. Or I use a cast iron skillet because it tastes better. Well, you might not really know why people use or done certain things. You start asking questions, you'll know. But what we're trying to do, and what I'm trying to do, is educate us that there's so many other ways to do things for our families financially, to where we're already talking to them about real estate. At age 3 and 4, they know, you know what, when you grow up, you're gonna own your own building like this. You're gonna own your own business. And you may work a job as well, but you're gonna have these things for you. And start talking to them about having these things. And I get it. Some of us are still maybe overcoming the fact that we didn't have it, right? So what? It's your job, if you're watching this video, it's your job to overcome whatever those challenges you had growing up. Get over yourself and the fact that you did or didn't have it, and make sure your kids have the education you didn't have, not the stuff. We do so much work to give our kids everything we didn't have when we were little. Give them the education you didn't have as a child, not the stuff. The stuff they can always acquire, but the education, when you start teaching them young, you will see a different thing in your family and generations to come. We all talk about breaking generational curses. You can type it in on the internet or on social media right now, and everybody's trying to break a curse or get rid of some generational trauma. Well, it starts with you. What are you going to do to make a change? How are you going to change your mindset, your behavior? What are some of the things you're going to start instilling in your children and putting plans in place so that things are set up better for a time 50 to 75 years when you're not here? Just think about it. You know how to reach me. All my information is in the contact information below. But if you're not sure, you can go to saran10k.com and you can get all my contact information, including my YouTube page. And you can connect with me. You can set up an appointment. I do some free consultations, but that may not last long. So make sure that if you really want to get some things done, we have lots of plans like this where we can get you set up and your family for generations, not just one night, a Saturday night or a vacation. All right, it's your girl Saran. I'm out.